How long ago did the stream stop? I did not realize it had stopped. Okay, not too long ago, it looks like. Hello, everyone? I don't know if anyone's even still around, but... Yeah. Yeah. Such responsibility requires a boost to... okay, recap on what happened. We looked around. That was it. I did not realize that the stream had stopped. When did it stop? How did it stop? It stopped at 7:50, so it's been stopped for like 10 minutes. More like 20 minutes now. God damn it. Well, that's the number. Yeah, I don't know how the stream stopped. I wouldn't have actually known at all if the Streamlabs chatbot had not told me that I was now hosting Roseguard, which seemed weird. Philip III was even brought into this world with the help of cocaine. The court medic administered a dose to his mother. Oh, apparently the stream was stopped for 20 minutes, Slime. No one told me, and it was only by chance that I ended up finding out. I don't know what happened. Basically, it just... Yeah. Yeah, so I was just streaming for like 20 minutes without even knowing that there was no stream going on. Where was I? Well, that's 20 minutes of stream time that I guess isn't going into the archives. I mean, if it happens again, just message me. Just say in the chat. I'm going to have Discord disabled because of the Streamlabs chatbot. Or sorry, Streamlabs going. But just message me in the bot because the bot's going to see it. And because I'm always using the bot to see all of the stuff. Or see all of chat. There's no reason not to. God damn it. I'm actually really annoyed by that. I wonder why it stopped though. Did I hit a button? So there's a key that would stop the stream. But I don't remember hitting it. Did Streamlabs just cut out maybe? Because I've had that happen before. Oh, Slime, how was your stream? I did see that you ended up streaming over the weekend. Oh, we're dying, by the way. Oh, that's what that button does. Gotcha. Well, we just had some cigarettes. Such responsibility requires a boost every now and then. I sometimes need one too. Please, officer, don't encourage him. He quickly turns to Renee. Do spare us the cocaine fairy tales. The RCM isn't interested in them. Yes, indeed. We are not here to investigate the drug trade of the centuries past. How should a true king rule? Decisively, without fear of offending the sensibilities of the frail and weak-minded among his subjects. This is something the insurgents never understood. Seems to me a leader should take care of his people before himself. A nation is only as strong as its leader. That's why it was such madness to try to... Don't get started on that again. What happened, happened. There is some weariness in his voice now. He's heard this rant many times before. Hey, APOC. How you doing? The carabiner doesn't reply, but his entire being communicates unbreakable resolve.
Oh, I have really outdone myself. This is divine.
Yes, that's what you need, Gaston. More padding on that fat ass of yours. I hope your heart gives out.
Renee, it's the little pleasures. Life doesn't need to be a struggle. Oh, hello, officer. How might I be of assistance on this fine day?
Can I have a bite of that? I'm sorry, officer, but I really don't share food, he says, and quickly adds, nothing personal, it's just a principle. The only one you have. The sandwich looks like a culinary wonder, well made and abundant in components. The author sure knew their craft. In addition to the obvious slice of ham, a fat one, you notice a brim of tomato peeking out from below. And is that mayonnaise? Please, man, can I just have a bite? Believe me, officer, I wish I could help you, but I need this sandwich to keep my blood sugar stable. He's squirming, avoiding your gaze. In my age, you need to pay attention to these things. Please, friend, just let me... Fuck off, it's mine! He jerks away, immediately startled by his own reaction. A glimmer of respect flashes in Renee's eyes. Sorry, officer, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it in a bad way, he continues cautiously. But the sandwich is mine. I'm not going to share it. And it's gone. You were doing all right playing some Salted Sanctuary earlier, getting your ass kicked. You were being an abuser. Yeah, you were using an amazing exploit that was claiming half your deaths. Oh. Huh. Like the exploit was killing you, or what? My rhetoric is pretty low right now, unfortunately. When the dissidents came to rape our country, he hides, but try to get a bite of his dear sandwich and he gets claws. A special kind of vermin, Gaston. Tell me, what do you know about the dead man? Let me think. He looks at the clouds wistfully. I heard someone was hanged and left on a tree for a week, but that's all I know, really. Come on, you must have heard something. No, officers, I'm sorry. And I really would like to assist, he adds, smiling apologetically. You are both good guys. I can see that. Then help them, you wimp. Reproach fills his eyes. You rub plenty of shoulders with the gauche caviar in the Union. Someone must know something. He means caviar socialists. The exploit allows you to jump really far and sometimes made you miss platforms and fall very far to your death. Oh, the scroll of Icarian flight stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, I've been trying to look around for streamers to watch, and I noticed you were on, but then I saw someone was doing Dungeon Siege 2, or sorry, Dungeon Siege 1, and that was Ferret, I think. I believe that was Ferret. I wish I could, but I just don't know anything. His cheeks turned red. I always keep my nose clean and don't gossip. Everyone knows and respects that. Odd. He doesn't seem to be lying, but there's something off here. Sounds a bit like you're holding back. I'm not, he assures you. I'm not anyone. Of course he's holding back. The carabinier crosses his arms. His mouth is so full of Union prick, he can't even speak properly. Can I at least finish my fucking sentence before you piss on it? Is that okay, Renee? His eyes are furious. I'm not anyone important in the Union. I just know Evra. This is another great RPG. Like a modern PST, but Planescape Torment, but not as good. I don't know. It takes out the annoying part of Planescape Torment, which is the combat. Wildly good, yeah. That being said, I've also noticed a couple of Planescape Torment references in here. At one point it asks, what can change the fate of a man? Nothing. Or the nature of a man, I think. You'll go into more detail once you finish on why you say that? Okay. Oh, Slime, have you never seen Planescape Torment? Have you never seen a playthrough of it? Or played it yourself? The common thread that runs through Planescape Torment is a single question. What can change the nature of a man? Oh, you've played it multiple times? Okay, yeah. Yeah. Then you know. Okay. I wasn't sure. I mean, it seemed like you would have. We both share a common thread of old CRPGs. Especially with the Spiderweb series. Oh, Squadcar, have you ever seen any of the Spiderweb games? Again, let's see. How do you know Evrard? Everyone in Martinez knows the Clare brothers, he says solemnly. I taught those boys human studies and history in the gymnasium. What do you know about history? The carabinier snaps at Gaston. You never witnessed history, only heard about it. Years later, when it had already moved on. You don't know history. The old soldier mumbles something under his breath and turns to face the sea. There he stands, proud, rigid, and alone, like a cracking marble statue. Let's try not to get caught up in the lieutenant lowers his voice. Crossfire. Are you a Union member? Oh, his cheeks turn red again. In many ways, yes. Like an honorary member. I attend meetings and parties, help with little things. Everett, Edgar, and the older Deberdiers all know me. So you're not an actual member? Not in the technical sense. His eyes fill in the bools of the crater. Or fix on the bools in the crater. I don't have a vote or a membership card, but Everard keeps me on the payroll, just for the little things. So that's what it was before, him hiding something. He tries to make it look like he's a big deal in the Union, and now the illusion is disintegrating before you, and Renee's eyes. He doesn't know anything, because no one tells him anything. He's an outsider. Of course he's not a member. He's not a member of anything. I knew that. He frowns. He's a weather vane. Turns to where the wind blows and tries to look important. I hate the socialist rebel, he continues. But even siding with them is better than living your entire life on the fence, never committing to anything. Pick a damn side already. I agree with that. Everyone needs something to stand for. What are the little things you do for Everard? Writing work, mostly. He smiles. Occasionally he needs something written, and I happen to have a way with words, people say. What kind of things do you write for him? Oh, nothing official, I assure you. Just essays for the newspaper. About Martinez and how things are and how they could be. Everard and I have these long talks where he tells his little pen man exactly what to say. It's commie propaganda, plain and simple. You should be ashamed of yourself. Are you a caviar socialist? The old man starts laughing. I don't even consider myself a regular socialist. Politics is not really something I involve myself in, officer. So you realize you are playing Dungeon Siege 2 wrong? Or 1 wrong? Okay, what are you doing wrong, Ferret? Are you not chugging potions every chance you get? That's how I played through it. There's a mod for Dungeon Siege 2 that combines both games into one. What? Really? The hell? So you can start in Dungeon Siege 1 and go all the way to the end of the Dungeon Siege 2 expansion. I don't think I ever played the expansion. I didn't realize there was an expansion. But does it have the spells for it? Does it have the spells? Huh. So you can have your giant pet scorpion? I like the giant pet scorpion. I may have to look into this. But does it make coffee for you? I don't think anything truly makes coffee. Wait, how can you write those newspaper pieces if you're not political? Officer, I have a vivid imagination. He laughs again. And like I said, I have a way with words. That's enough. No need to sink in politics. He just fluffs it up. Oh. Of course. Don't sink in anything. Don't sink into any fight, only sink into your couch. So you are a weathervane. I prefer highly adaptable myself. He chuckles merrily. There's a better ring to it, don't you think? Mon Dieu. The carabinier closes his eyes, like he's never going to open them again. Okay. What are the rules of this game? Oh. The goal is to throw your buoy, he holds the orb, as close to the coconet as you can. That's the coconet. He points to a small wooden ball in the center of the crater. Interesting. Tell me more about it. Well, first, you draw a circle about 1/2 meter in diameter. We made ours out of rope, he explains. And then the order of play is determined by a coin toss. You win it, you get to throw the coachnet. Then the player aims to throw their booze as close to the coachnet as possible. They must stay in the circle and keep both feet planted. Where's the circle? I don't see the circle. Am I just going... I feel like at this rate I might as well just start adding additional CRPGs to the list, because oh boy, I seem to be playing nothing but CRPGs lately. Yes. Hold up. Thing. She came over and said hello. Look at that cat. I don't mind that though. CRPGs are good. Almost all of them. There's a couple of bad ones. Icewind Dale comes to mind. Geneforge 3 I wouldn't really consider great. It's not awful, just not great. It's very average. Hey, people in chat, what is the most obscure CRPG you've ever seen? Like one you wouldn't expect other people to know about. Yes. And the player aims to throw their booze as close to the coachnet as possible. Is there anything else you can tell me about Patang? I could, but I'd rather not. He smiles. I don't want to take up your time with trivial details, officer. I think I get it. Thanks, Gaston. You'll put that knowledge to good use in 50 years, I'm sure. I don't like where this is going, officer. Don't you think we should do something else now? Sure. What's this? Oh, right, we can try a conceptualization check with Joyce again. Now that we put our final point into conceptualization. Oh! Yeah, Geneforge is the one that I've actually played a bit on
You're
stream.
back. Good.
Well,
What
I
can
say a
help you
bit.
with?
I've played through half the series of 5 games, each more than 50 hours each. Okay, let's ask about reality again. Oh man. Ah. Fine. What is all of this? The scent, the sound, the air. What world is this? What world? The fading pearls of her eyes look to the sea. The only one, I suppose. The world of matter and its pale antipode. The camera of her mind, the camera of her mind glides over the surface of the water. What do you see? Great bodies of water, forest-covered surfaces, clusters of light where the cities lie. You've seen the montage. We all have. The world is enough, she concludes. Oh Manos. It must be. This is the great and kindest arrangement the atoms had in them. The best of all possible worlds. Indeed. There's a term of endearment they coined for it. In the DeLorean century, when humanity was high on this world, discovering more and more of it, these archipelagos included. I would highly recommend the first two Gene Forges for sure, Squad Car. They're very, very good. At some point, Gene Forge 4 will be on that list. But they're also remaking Gene Forges 1 through 5, I'm guessing. And they're in the process of remaking 1 right now. I don't know if you ended up seeing that. I have a cat. Yes. And off she goes. Happy cat. Oh, Elysium. The world is called Elysium. Huh. This world does not deserve a term of endearment. There are those who would call it hell. What is hell? A term of hatred that originates, like many such things, with the Mesk Petrofascists. I don't feel like I haven't gotten the whole picture yet. Oh, you want a picture of the world? She raises her fingers to her lips. There is no complete set yet, dear. They're having some trouble reaching orbit. How come? Great things are difficult to achieve. For now, we're viewing the world from the inside. Sideways. How about it's a ball? That's looking less and less likely, Detective. You wouldn't know it from the tabloids, but the ORG nations have been launching weather balloons into lower ionosphere since the 30s. ORG, Occident Revitrol There's a steadily increasing trickle of images. Between the big three, they're piecing together a dark gray corona. A dark gray corona? Yes, she pauses. Pale covers 72% of the surface. There are great flares and prominences, even arcs above entire isolas. The images are blurry, but if there was a sphere in there, it certainly looks like it fractured a long time ago. A cold fear seeps into you. Thanks, Half-Light. The pale? What do you mean, corona? They say there's a rarefied envelope of matter surrounding the darkened disk of our planet. That is, if we are still living on a planet. Or, to speak more plainly, imagine vast swaths of land disrupted by nothingness. Half-Life 3 confirmed. Where'd that come from? I don't remember anyone talking about Half-Life 3. Is this game actually Half-Life 3? Is that what you're saying? I was actually looking at the big list of games that Itch.io has up for sale right now. And one of the things that caught my eye was Glittermitten Grove, which, does anyone know the special thing about Glittermitten Grove? Because there is something very special about that game. Yeah. It's Frog Fractions too. Supposedly. Supposedly it's Frog Fractions too. Happy kitty. Which you can barely see off in the corner. Sorry, hold up. We might as well do some cat playtime here. She's been a good kitty all day, but she keeps trying to lay on my keyboard. Hey, Slime, do you have any idea how to keep cats off your keyboard? You're actually adding more games to that bundle as you speak? Jesus. I might have to pick that up. Oh man, you are just a... Look at that lazy fat cat. Very lazy fat cat. It's funny because her bed is right next to my laptop, so she has a tendency to just sit nearby. And by that I mean on the same desk. And then she'll not get onto the laptop immediately, but she will slowly edge onto it because she knows she's not allowed to be on it. And she's trying to convince me to let her be on it because it's warm. Isn't she just the cutest thing? Put a 5V reptile or 5V reptile heat pad under it? That's what I've been thinking. Are those safe? I always heard that some of the reptile stuff wasn't safe. Like it would burn your lizards if you kept it on too long. This is the most playful I think I've seen her. But it's the lazy playful. Oh my god, look at her go! She's just like a kitten again. Oop. Steel's cat. You already have two, don't you? Plus multiple snakes and lizards. allowed to steal a cat? Oh, man. I don't know why she's so playful all of a sudden. She hasn't really been playful all day. She's been very sleepy. So, and now all of a sudden she's just like, yes, play with me. Play with me to the max. Okay, now she's coming. Okay. Oh, Ferret steals the cat. Oh. Ferret also has multiple pets that he doesn't. He probably doesn't need, including a cat. Yeah, she loves the string game. I can buy like $15 cat toys all day long, or I can get a piece of goddamn string. And she's just like, yes, give me the string. She's not a box cat, though. I've tried putting her in boxes, and she's just like, I don't care. She likes her open spaces. She will sit in bags, though, which is the weirdest thing. Okay, anyway. I've been ignoring this game for a bit. They say there is a rarefied envelope of matter surrounding the darkened disk of our planet. That is, if we are still living on a planet. Or to speak more plainly, imagine vast swaths of land disrupted by nothingness. I'm sorry, dear. She looks around. It must sound quite terrifying through the acute encephalopathy. Even scientific positivism, God, she uses big words, isn't entirely convinced about what we're dealing with here. But this is one of the great questions of our time. Maybe when they get the complete set together, it will jolt us out of our rut, bring us together, however naive it may sound. A fractured corona doesn't feel like it's going to bring anyone together. You have misimagined it. I don't have the power to convey to you the effect of the geometry of the shapes of the images that depict our world from below low orbit. She looks up. It's like the crowning of the world. It's insane. Very disco. You'll love it. Well, if you say it's disco. See? Everyone finds something that's worth holding on to in this world. However, wasted its opportunities. Suddenly, you're conscious of yourself standing there on whatever this all is. Your arms hang down by your sides. The lieutenant observes you both silently. He adjusts his glasses. You said pale. What is pale? The pale is not, technically speaking, part of reality. Yes. The lieutenant looks up at his watch. Also, I think we've had enough excitement for today. We do have a case to attend to. Of course, Lieutenant. She bows and turns to you. Let's try something else. What do you mean it's not part of reality? Ma'am, he turns to her again. Remember, you're dealing with a very sensitive and impressionable police officer who is still recovering from a recent medical episode. Talk to Joyce about the pail without Kim. The lieutenant's right. Let's change topics. She gives you a little wink. What do you want to know? Anything. You could sneak back later when the lieutenant is not here. Unless you can convince him to step aside. Oh, volition is terrible. Kim trusts you. Later, squad car. You have a good night. Hey, good idea. Just ask him. He won't make a scene. Kim, can I talk to the ma'am alone for a second? Fine. He steps away from with his notes. See? What can he do? You're a grown man. Now, what is the pail? Are you sure you're sure? Your colleague seemed adamant. Yes. What is the pail? Okay, she concedes. The pail is the most dominant geological feature of the world, detective. A separative tissue between the isolas. It is the intersolary mass. Wait, and what is an isola? Isola is a Messenian word for a continent of matter, enveloped on all sides by the pale. Also, isolation or landmass. We used to believe there was only one. In the last 4 centuries, we have discovered 7. Mundi, Seol, Samara, Ilmara, Grad, Katla, and then Inselind. And Inselind is an oceanic isola. It comprises mostly of water. Mundi is the largest, Katla the coldest, Inselind the bluest. What can I say? She stops. Each is perishing indeed. Okay, what is the pale like? Achromatic, odorless, featureless. The pale is the enemy of matter and life. It is not like any other or anything in the world. It is the transition state of being into nothingness. Hold up. So, what you're saying is that we have patches of, like, decay in our world, separating the different isolas from each other. That is so weird. How do you get between the isolas then? Can you sail through the pale like water? Huh. The negation of... That's right. The negation of being. She tightens her hood around her neck. It's cold outside. What are its physical qualities? It's difficult to describe or even measure. Something whose fundamental property is a suspension of properties. Physical, epistemological... Elsa! Are you still trying to get playtime? You've had so much already. You have to stream like 3 times now. My God. I've never seen her like this. So Apoc, how have you been liking, what's it called? Sultan Sanctuary. I have that, and it used to be on the list for a long time, but no one was interested in it, so I took it off. I am a big Dark Souls fan, so I think that I would get through it, but I don't know about platforming. Never been a big platformer or side-scroller fan. The further into the pale you travel, the steeper the degree of suspension. Right down to the mathematical numbers stop working. No one has yet described the number barrier. It may be impossible. If we're surrounded by the Pale, how do you get from Isola to Isola? Oh, it is... Her lungs deflate. Her words sound like a sigh. So difficult for us. A squall of birds, hardware operating in the harbor. Firm, self-evident. It is possible to force dimensions on the Pale. In modern times, we can even compress its latitude, bouncing radio waves from one end to the other, shortening the path. But it's hard for humans to navigate the Pale without getting lost, or having our minds damaged. The Pale can damage the mind? Extensively. How? Some say that the damage stems from extreme sensory deprivation. Others that the Pale somehow consists of past information that's degrading. That it's rarefied past, not rarefied matter. They call it the blend over the blend over of the self. The Pale does not only suspend the laws of physics, but also the laws of psychology, maybe history even. The human mind becomes overradiated by past. Who says and who argues? The local positivists say, the dialectical materialists argue. Huh. What does this overradiation feel like? It feels terrible. Absolutely terrible. International standards strictly limit civilian travelers to 6 days of Pale exposure per year. It's more for her. Way more. You're not a civilian passenger. No. Nameless detective of the Citizens Militia. I am a member of the Anthroponetic business class. I'm cleared and trained for 22 days of Pale transit annually. Are you overradiated? Up to my gills, officer. Is it here? No, detective. We're safe. She points to the sea. It begins there, 6,000 kilometers to the north, and even more to the south, east, and west. You are in the middle of the Isola. And point north. There? An uproar of matter, darling, rising into the Pale, rolling, evaporating even. A great vision. The area of transition between the world and the Pale is called the Porch Collapse. Imagine a great coronal mist, cold vapor marked by spores of opportunistic microorganism, a mold that's adapted to grow at the edge of the unrest. It's... She closes her eyes and breathes out heavily. The most disco thing you will ever see. The world is drunk. I just figured out how to describe this. The world is drunk. Yeah, no, I think that's accurate. The world is very drunk or very high. You made friends with a mailbox? Oh, nice. How far are you into this, Zutara? Are you still on day 1? We might see the end of day 2 today. What is anthroponetic? Anthroponetics, she corrects, is a scientific study of the Pale, or a recent iteration of it, by way of grad. The study of the Pale reaches back 6,000 years. The Paracarnesians call it the Western Plain. They had not traveled the entire circumference of the Paracarnesian super isola. It was not merely in the west. It was everywhere. Even then, surrounding them. Did they cross it? The Western Plain? There are signs of preter-modern crossings. Successful navigations Successful navigation of the Pale relies not just on technical know-how, but intensive psychological preparation. Some of these tactics have been known for thousands of years. What has anthroponetics changed then? Nothing. We remain powerless before the Pale. The only real advance in Pale transit is the speed with which an aerostatic craft can pierce it. Less exposure leads to less effects later. An aerostatic craft? Hey, Zeb. Hybrid airships, Detective. Conventional rotor or jet engines no longer add velocity after the point of reference for the motion is suspended, once you cross from near Pale to far Pale. In essence, we throw them in and they come out the other end, if we throw them precisely. And if we do not, then they don't. Gone, like a skipping stone beneath the surface. I'm not shaking my butt for anyone. However, Elsa might. Elsa. Oh. What's up, Zeb? What's up? How much Pale is there compared to the world? The Pale outweighs reality 2 to 1. There is more Pale than there is matter, and the ratio is slipping. Slipping how? To our detriment, or? What do you think, Detective? She looks you in the eye. It's growing. There is more and more of the Pale. Precisely. One of the few measurable effects of the Pale is that it is expanding at an unknown rate. An intuitive conclusion of that development is that one day the Pale will cover everything. But this sort of talk is mostly left to extremists. Cover everything? That can't be. Where would we go? Most people, and indeed most private and government sector organizations, entire civilizations and religion even, find handy ways to ignore or downplay that knowledge. I suggest you do the same. Neat. Let's return to reality, please. Yes, sweet reality. She stomps her foot. But before we do, tell me, Detective, is this the first time you hear this? Do you really not remember anything? I sometimes sense vague shadows of a past, and it's not good. Then tell me, what do you think of the Pale? Oh geez, that's a lot of options. You're home. I assume it doesn't get much better than that, Zeb. Huh. It will end all life. It's terrifying. Doesn't sound very liberal to you. Don't know how you've all survived with it. It's a huge accomplishment. Her eyes tense. Crow's feet radiate from them. She observes you, your bloodshot eyes and swollen face. I really don't know. This does not spell good for the investigation, Detective. If you don't know even this, then... She stops mid-sentence. This investigation will be my masterpiece. The one they remember me by. I promise. I hope so, I truly do. If I may suggest, hold on to your colleague, Kitsuragi. I ran a check on him, and he's very competent. In the meanwhile... You're forgiven, Zeb. Don't ask forgiveness. You're fine. Shit's been fucked for you for a bit. I get it. Things aren't fun. Sometimes they never... Or sometimes they don't ever get better, but most of the time they do. Hold on to that thought. There's always another end to the tunnel. Because what is a tunnel without an ending? It is now putt for... Part for the butt wiggle train? No, I'm not. Don't make me wiggle my butt. No, that is not me. A very fucked up labyrinth. I was going to say it's a cave. You have me. I will assist in any way I can. Even if you have to do, or what we have to do it one basic term at a time. She gives you a slight bow. Good. The lieutenant returns. You have not passed out from it. Perhaps I worried for nothing. Are we still on reality lowdown? Or should we do actual police work now? That was fucking insane, Kim. Yes, well, he thinks. The rest of us have dealt with it for thousands of years. So, he looks around, a little uncomfortable now. You'll have to deal with it too, the lieutenant thinks. This is why I didn't want you to know. Right, let's get to work, Lieutenant. Good luck, detectives. She nods you goodbye. That is a very fascinating thing to ask. The pail is a big question. And yeah, I stand by my previous statement. The world is drunk. And it's descending into madness because it's going to keep drinking until we're all dead. But something like that doesn't happen without a reason. There has to be a reason that the pail is continuing to expand. Maybe we can look into that. What a weird idea. If The Legend of Zelda has taught you anything. Yeah. It's up, left, down, left. No. Elsa, what are you doing? Why are you so staring? She's just staring at me. Why are you staring at me? Yes. Okay. So what does everyone else think about the pail? It's quite an idea, isn't it? That's some real world building that they just kind of left out. And now we know that the world is not actually a sphere in this. You want to give Elsa extra snuggles? I've been giving her snuggles all day. She's very happy. She actually fell asleep on my desk while I was working. And during that time, she was very, very happy. She was actually making noises. Like, she was noisier when she was asleep than she ever was when awake. Elsa, hold up. I need to figure out what Elsa needs. So I'll be right back, guys. What is it? What do you want? Okay, sorry about that. What does everyone think about the Pale? This idea of an ocean of not nothingness, of an ocean of entropy. This is the weirdest idea we've come up so far. Or we've heard so far.
Still here, stuck in this damn jam, my man. What's up?
Yeah, I figured. My man, I want to know about your soul. You really are the law, aren't you? I get that being bluntly observant and inquisitive comes with the territory, but it certainly doesn't help with your conversational skills, does it? Just like that, he slips out of your reach. It is possible the yelling didn't help. That's fair. That's fair. Okay, it's 1641. Pile of clothes. These clothes there are clothes inside. Cheap, second-hand clothes, smelling of strangers' body odors.
Don't be shy. These are premium class clothes. Good quality fabrics, best retro design. Save the economy with your style, officer.
Ceiling? Save the economy? That sounds off. What are you talking about? Have you heard, officer? We've got to get... we've got to be economically conscious. Recycle your cash. Keep it in circulation. Don't buy new things. Buy eco. This doesn't make any sense. Why exactly does the economy need saving? Look around, officer. You see all these premium goods just sitting there, not getting bought? We've got to keep the flow of goods moving. Is this really the economy we want to leave to our children? I don't have children, I think. It's just nature. Powerful economies expand, weak economies go extinct. I can't go extinct, officer. I've got kids to feed. Once an economy goes extinct, it messes up the whole ecosystem. You got to think about the consequences. Browse through the box. You find your hands deep in the tattered and faded garments made from the weird polyester blends that made your body itch and sweat in all the wrong places. The box smells like cat piss, or like an old person with no money. Economical, but also trendy, the street vendor shouts. Look firsthand, buy secondhand. Keeps the economy moving. We can do a composure check. Find something worth salvaging. Something cold grazes your hand. Synthetic and sleek. A windbreaker. Surf, it says. But also wind. Summer. 100% waterproof. And sport. All in different typefaces. Good choice, officer. Mega sporty. And it's only $4.50 for you. +1 composure, -1 shivers. Okay. What about this one? You see a Samaritan street vendor surrounded by a motley assemblage of goods. When he realizes you're looking at him, his face breaks into a wide, welcoming grin. The name Silang is embroidered over his breast pocket.
Happy shopping, officer. Everything's cool here.
He gives you a thumbs up. What's so cool?
Everything's cool. The goods are cool, the customers are cool, the place is cool. And one more thing, officer. You're very cool.
He makes both hands into finger pistols and fires a few finger bullets into the air. You want nom-noms? Go get nom-noms, Zeb. You don't have to sit around. But come back, please, when you have nom-noms. I like having you around. Someday I may even entrap you and feed you pancakes. Pancakes. You feel a twitch in your index finger as a finger shoot out of Bruin. Whip him out.
Don't shoot, officer. Have we got an arrest here, or just a shakedown?
And a shakedown.
Good one, officer. You're a funny guy. Now, what can I do for you?
He nods towards his shabby wares. Just kidding. Wait, give me your money. I need
He
money.
does not need your money. Please disregard that. We're just here to ask some questions.
Of course. Fire away.
Finger pistols, 9mm. Savannah understands English. Does she understand her name? What did she say, Desalina? Or what did she do that made you think that she understands English? Rhetoric, challenging. Our rhetoric is garbage. What kind of stuff are you selling here? Only the coolest goods in Revachol. I've got sneakers, speakers, extremely comfy pants too. Try them on right here. No shame, only freedom. Do you have a permit to sell all that? Good joke, officer. Here we don't have permits, just economic freedom. Take a look around. He takes a deep breath. You glance around the decrepit buildings, the miserable weather, the sidewalks strewn with sunflower seeds and the dust-choked air. She understands, hey, don't you dare bite my toes. Because when I said that, she went from snuggling your toes to looking right at you and putting your toes gently into her mouth. What? So what you're saying is that she doesn't understand English because she immediately tried to bite your toes after you told her not to. You forget all the people you know on Twitch have kiddos. Not Desalona. I don't think Desalona's ever going to have a kiddo. Elsa, what did you do? Did you just knock something off? What did you just knock off, Elsa? I'm staring at you, little kitty. Damn it, I literally had you busy for like half a minute. And then you decide to start knocking things off. And now I need to go and find out why you are just the biggest pain. Also, hold up a moment. Whoops. Oh, she knocked that off. There we go. Hold up. Hold up. I gotta prepare a thing. Almost. Almost. Hold up. Okay. We're good. Hello. Wow. I don't know why I have this dragon. It's really cute though. Also it scares Elsa a little bit. Okay, it doesn't scare Elsa at all. Hello. She had the face. Oh no. You know she knows. She heard bite and toes. Also, when your brother asks her if she wants popcorn, she went from happily snuggling your legs to stealing his popcorn in 0.0 seconds. Wow. Cats are usually freaky smart. To where they even decide their own yes or no. They're all respond to my name or no. Elsa. Elsa. Come on. Get down from there. I should be a puppeteer. I'll have all the sock puppets I'll ever need. That was terrible. Okay. She's sitting on top of the Xbox too. She's like, what are you even doing, pet me? She does do that. Hold up. Elsa, come on. Yep, there you go. There you go. Miss Floofiest of cats. You glance around the decrepit building, the miserable weather. Oh, right, we already read this. It's beautiful. Beautiful freedom. Kim, is it true? He doesn't need a permit to sell? It is, yes. Anyone can set up their shop whenever they feel like it. That's right. No permits, no bureaucracy. That's why this city and its law officials are so cool. Wait, what are we doing here if there are no permits? Look at Kim and the police insignia on his sleeve. If you wanted to be cynical about it, you could say we're here to protect the interests of property holders. I'm not, however. My man, officer, you make all this possible. Without you, this climate would be extremely bad for business. You're right about the gossamer, you're part of the gossamer state. Gossamer is a fine, filmy substance consisting of cobwebs spun by small spiders, seen especially in autumn. It's safe to say that he's referring to the near absence of regulations. Cereal, cheese, and crackers. Ham and cheese sandwich, popcorn. Wait, what for gnomes? What? Oh, cereal, obviously. I mean, if you really want to be fancy, ham and cheese sandwich, but, you know, I'm not too picky or fancy. Silly kitty. I had to get her another toy soon, one that she actually likes, not these ones. She'll play with these, but she's not that interested in them. The one that she destroyed is one that she was playing with no matter what. Okay. Make it your friendo. She was swatting at it when I first brought it in, actually. It's kind of funny. Let's see. So, cool guys protect businessmen while everyone else lives in the ruins? I can think of cooler things. Yeah, cool ruins, he agrees. I get to sell quality goods like these by cutting out the middlemen. You don't have to rebuild your house. Live in a crater or in a tree. He points to a tree. Where can you do that? Only in here. Okay, where'd you get those comfy pants? I'm an entrepreneur, officer. He begins counting on his fingers. I've got sources, buyers, suppliers, distributors, manufacturers, wholesalers, all extremely cool and above board. Is there a discount for cool officers like me? No need for discounts at Zillang's offices. Everything's already on sale. He nods towards the crates. Anything you want. 50% off. Huh. But did he first mark them up 100% just so he could put them on sale? Are those things really on sale, or did you just jack up the price first? My man, you know how the game is played. You and me, we should work together. What do you think? Shake things up? All right. That's not helpful. This dude is the shadiest dude ever, and you love him? What? He's not as shady as blanking on a name. The pawn shop owner. The food packages you're selling have humanitarian aid written on them. How come? You mean those delicious pre-packaged shelf-stable meal kits? Real easy to cook, no hassle, real cheap too. Buy some, try them out. I think one said not for resale on the packaging. No problem here, officer. I get all this from one of my suppliers, an extremely reputable guy. Wait, humanitarian aid. Does your supplier drive that Humanox lorry over there? Point at the lorry with the big Humanox sign on it. What? The street vendor looks over at his left and stares at the lorry, as though he's never seen a lorry in his entire life. A convincing performance. Bravo, but not one that can get past drama. Look, officer, I'm just the retailer. You'd have to talk to my supplier if you had questions about the supply chain. That's how the game works. What? How close are we to another level? Oh, wow. Okay, real close. Next level, in fact, will be the next thing. Yeah, don't forget the pawn shop dude. He's clearly on drugs all the time. Where are you from, Silang? Me? It's a boring story, officer. Who cares about the past? I'm all business now. All ritual. This man probably comes from Sige, sometimes known as the Apricot Suzerainty, an archipelago in the Semeran Isla. You're from Apricot Suzerainty, right? Sige, Apricot Suzerainty. It's all the same to me. It's all cool. I'm interested in sales. Go ahead. Let's make one. He gestures to the boxes. Super high quality. Friendly prices. Okay. Want to try rhetoric? Nope. No need to dress this one up. You, I want your money, now. Oh, okay. Silang stops, his face suddenly serious. But why, officer? Because, I don't know. It was just the only thing I could come up with in my head to ask you. I just need to get money somehow. Ah, yes. Money is very important. The street vendor nods, dead serious. Are you trying to ask for a bribe? If so, you're not doing a very good job. He looks at the vendor. Sorry, detective. The man grins as if the entire incident is already forgotten. Damn it. Well, that went well. Oh, Kim never stopped being... Kim is the best part about this game so far. Fingerless gloves. Hey, +1 to electrochemistry. Gasoline-stained fingerless gloves in navy blue. They've been worn threadbare, but being made of wool still provides some warmth and comfort. +1 to interfacing. I like that +1 to interfacing. Besides, electrochemistry keeps trying to get me hooked on things. Okay, actually, next run, electrochemistry is going to be my main ability, or my main skill. It's going to be my signature skill. It's going to be great. We're going to be addicted to all of the drugs. Good day to you, officers. Electrochemistry is a douche. Actually, let's take a look at what electrochemistry does. I kind of get the idea, but where is it? Here it is. Cool for high flyers, party enthusiasts, cops who need lightning. Electrochemistry is the animal within you, the beast longing to be unleashed to indulge and enjoy. It enables you to take drugs with fewer negative side effects. It also enables you to better investigate lurid matters. If you need to understand a chemical breakdown, or talk to someone blasted out of their mind, or understand sexual dynamics, electrochemistry is there to guide you. At high levels, electrochemistry makes you a man of unrestrained pleasure, an unrepentant Lothario who leers at people with a bottle of speed and a plastic bendy straw in the other hand. But with low electrochemistry, you'll be too innocent to be effective. Without a working knowledge of drugs and sex, the city will be difficult to understand. No wonder electrochemistry is very acting uppy. It's a 3. Yeah, no, that's going to be my next playthrough. I can almost guarantee that as soon as Disco Elysium goes, or as soon as I finish Disco Elysium, it's going straight back on the field. Or going straight back on the list. Because I want to do another playthrough. A burly man hangs out by the waterlock. Actually, maybe I just don't reset it. A burly man hangs out by the waterlock, carving up a generous serving of salami with an old hunter's knife. His eyes are fixed on a man stranded on the other side of the waterlock, with an enormous billboard that has fallen down into the canal between them. Do you know what caused this wreckage? I wasn't here to witness it, but those look like tire tracks on that sign. Weird, huh? And again, plenty of daredevil drivers in Revachol. Too bad it also takes a year and a day to repair anything around here, especially a waterlock. The rest of the coast is closed off until then. Do you know what's further down the coast? Well, there's the fishing village, an abandoned fish market, a bizarro church. Not much use to the congregation, though. There's always seems to be something wrong with it. He thinks for a moment. Yeah, not really much else. Just bombed out ruins. Can I have some of that salami? Oh, thank you. Sure thing. He cuts off a slice of salami. It is salty. It is savory. It is chewy. The hangover only makes the salami more tasty. Oh, yes. See, this is what Elsa does. She doesn't eat, and then she starves herself until I bring her food over here so that I can just watch her eat. Isn't that right, Elsa? I'm here to watch you eat and nothing else. One of these days I'm going to be gone, and then where will she be? Well, she'll probably be gone before me, let's be honest. You know, being a cat. It'll be very sad that day. Oh, we are going to do so many drugs in the future, Slime. So many drugs. Want some too, officer? He turns to the lieutenant. The lieutenant ponders the offer for a moment, then decides to go for it. Why not? He takes a slice of salami from the man and chews on it. Oh, what's this? Waterlock control panel. A couple indicator lights are missing from this control panel. Loose wires dangle from the now vacant holes. In the middle is a lever. Beneath it, a small metal plaque. This panel is usually closes the waterlock, turning it into a bridge that lets you across the canal. But there's a crushed Samaran butter sign in the way. Pulling the lever probably won't do anything. You pull the lever all the way up until the metal clicks against the contact pins. You hear a soft clunk, then nothing happens. Release the lever. Pushing it harder might break it, and I don't want to do that. We already have enough broken mechanisms right now. A spring brings the lever back to its original position. You still need to close the waterlock to get across the canal. Some other way. Wasn't there a sign over there saying functionality will be restored on Wednesday morning? Tomorrow. Okay. It's Tuesday currently. What is that up there? we're up to 9:55.
Looking for something, Runt? Huh? Coming to tell me to fuck off again?
Yes, fuck off. Okay, I think it's time.
Bastards! We have a right to work!
The man yells towards the harbor gates. His voice is the loudest of the lot, and oddly screechy for a man his size. I am the law!
Yes, people get that you are the law. You really don't have to keep saying it.
Damn it, Kim, that's exactly why I have to keep saying it.
Hold up and stay frosty, everyone. Cops are here.
The broad-shouldered alpha male turns to you. He's a full head taller than everyone else here.
You're to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down?
Why should I?
We're here to fight for a cause. Stripes usually have problems with people who have causes.
Oh, then yes.
Ha! Couldn't handle us. A cause gives the workers strength, gives them power. We have a right to work. Besides, we're not that different. It helps the people see us talking. Cops and strikebreakers together. Shows authorities are on our side. Builds confidence.
What kind of cause are we talking about?
Rights of people, rights of workers to have gainful employment, to make a salary and feed their families.
Regardless, I have some questions for you.
Maybe you should ask them the question. Like why we're not allowed to make a living here. Shame on you! We have families to feed, you piece of shit.
Okay.
So do we, scab.
Call me mañana. The loitering man hollers in return. Who are all these strikebreakers? Honest men and women with rights to work, to be useful, not toys for corporate interests. The man runs a hand through his steadily graying military haircut. We came here to help the harbor run smoothly in times of crisis. If union fucks don't want to work, they ought to let in those who do want to work. I have a question. The lieutenant looks him in the eye. Why do all these men follow your leadership? You think they follow me because I'm big and loud? No, they follow the rules of the market, the rules of the economy, because they were, he starts bellowing, given a job to do! Hold up a sign, down with this and that. What is a strike? When a bunch of ungrateful, lazy cockroaches can't get their act together, decide to block honest work for other people. He shifts uncomfortably in his workers' overalls. And what do the strikers want? Beats me! They mumble nonsense about boardrooms and workers' rights. While we, he raises his fist and starts shouting again, have the right to work! There's something odd in the way he carries himself. His set of clothing looks vaguely mismatched. The different pieces of his attire seem ill-fitting. Ill-fitting? What does that mean? His shirt is far too small and unpleasantly tight fit, while the overalls, held up by the belt, seem to fit a man with much more corpulence. You wearing new clothes? He ignores your question, choosing instead to turn to the emaciated workers, raising both fists in the air. The clothes are obviously not his. Game workers unite. I mean, oddly topical, yeah. Silence is the answer. There's something off here, but he won't say what. You've been talking to him for quite a while now. Something's off with this guy. Ask him where he's from. Okay, where are you from? What's it to you? Deep-set suspicion dribbles from every syllable. Curiosity. Routine. Part of the investigation. Am I a suspect? His eyes narrow. Done no crimes. I'm only fighting for the rights of the people. Every once in a while, it's like you can see the glimpses of another guy under the guise of this fighter for jobs. He seems a more brutal, cunning, and suspicious person. Just a hunch. Or you might just be paranoid. Thanks, trauma. Okay, already got that. I'm interested in your background. We're all workers, right? Workers stick together. Come from the eminent domain in Jamrock. Background in all jobs. Heavy lifting, cargo hauling, bouncer work. I know the drill. A bouncer? Where? I frequent a lot of bars. Maybe it's one I know. Worked at Territorial. Territorial. Ring a bell? Yeah, I think I've been there. Uh-huh. Was long ago. The man is quickly losing interest in talking to you. What exactly is your call here? We were promised work. He points to the gates. We'd be in there, working, if the bastards hadn't shut the gates. And you were unable to breach the entrance. Main gate's locked. Would take heavy ordnance to bust it open. Could try to get in through the secretary's office. He points to the stairs. Door's locked. The guards blocking the way to the access panel. And I don't mean the scrawny mask punk either. He points to the dock worker idling on the staircase. I mean head measurer. Or whatever he is. Wait, head measurer? Huge Seminese guy. Standing up there on the overhead passage. Won't let anyone by. The access panel is right behind him. How bad could one guy be? He seemed capable. Bad. The man glares at you. Standing on a narrow bridge, he's got a strategically advantageous position. And he's trained. I don't know how Union has a trained killer up there. But that one's no joke. My men are tired and hungry. They're workers, not fighters. Have you considered storming in? Like, all of you? Why don't you go arrest them instead? I'm sure they've done plenty of criminal shit. They have that look. It would be better for the neighborhood if you went home. At least for now. If you can't get in anyway. No! They will give up eventually. Or get drunk. Leave the button unguarded. Then we charge. The man rubs his jaw. A perfect, lightly bearded square wedge. Huh. I actually need to speak with the Union boss. Have fun, he snorts. Union shits are on full strike. Don't think they're going to let you through the gates. Why? Why do you want to meet with that fat asshole? It's an official matter, not to be discussed with outsiders. Right to work! He again shakes his large fist, then turns back to you. It's shameful. Cops doing nothing. You should bring backup. Open the gates for us. Blockading gainful employment for workers is a crime. This really isn't my area of expertise. We're not picking a side on in this just yet, sir. Pity. He turns around and bellows at the gates. Let us work!
Scab?
Asks a man with jolly eyes, tilting his head. What exactly is a scab?
A kind of a worm, content with mere survival. They come, they want to do our job for shittier pay, screwing over both themselves and us. Everybody loses.
Hold on. Where did they all come from?
Beats me. Somewhere in the ground, I think.
You don't seem to like them much.
Gotta be bloody stupid or freaking evil to Scab. Or I guess, scared maybe. But scared of what? Of who?
He looks at the mass, squinting his eyes as if trying to ascertain what they're scared of.
Personally, I'd rather beg than Scab. If the gentleman shouting on the street came begging, maybe they'd have gotten something.
Huh. Have you tried talking to them?
We've explained the matters, but they don't listen. This lot would be reasonable and go home if the big guy wasn't riling them up all the time.
Big guy. He means the leader of the scabs. I'm not a scab. I'm a cop.
I was just messing with you. No one's ever seen a cop scab. Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, let us cop for less money.
He chuckles, then realizes.
Speaking of, what brings the RCM here, to the wild north? Come to see the strife?
Hey, you're the man in boots at the... man in the boots at the gate. Gunnar said you know about the armor. Heh, he smiles. The little boy did good on his promise. I figured. His promise? To get me in trouble. To sick the pigs on me. Pardon the choice of words. Not mine. What happened? Sorry, what happened? I was asked to look into the armor situation. Official union probe, you know. Track it down and see who took it. Did you? At first I thought, why not? Maybe the pieces can feed the strike. And buy us a few more days under the sun, you know. So I went to this boy. He said he'll make me his prison bitch. He's got eyes everywhere. The cops in his pocket, and he's the king of Jamrock. Serves me right for doing menial footwork. I dropped that probe right then and there, and it still got me in trouble. He smiles. One bad move is all it takes. So Kuno used us to, what, scare you? It's a minor nuisance. It's all good. He contemplates taking a swig from his flask. The probe into the armor. What did you learn? I learned that people don't want to talk to a drunk union man about some armor. What is? Not much. Technical stuff, mostly. That was the interesting part. What sort of technical stuff? I did some research into this armadura. Let's say I have friends at the library, he explains with a wry smile. I didn't get into the material science, just how it comes off. How does it come off? In parts, 4 in total. The helmet was the first to go. Kid says he tore it off and kicked it into the sea. I believe him. The boots were still on the guy last I saw. Too hard to remove. So, as I count, there are 2 parts missing. The gauntlets and the cuirass. This is where I left off. Too much hassle. More like a job for some militia. 4 pieces of armor up for grabs then. But I already sent the boots away. The jolly man shrugs. I guess you won't be collecting them all then. That's less work for you at least. Hold up. 4 pieces. Helmet, cuirass, gauntlets, boots. What about the leggings? Oh, they're just gone. They don't exist anymore, if they ever did at all. He gives you a jolly shrug. Forget about them. I did. I'm going to find 1 piece of it. 1 is enough. Nice and balanced. The lieutenant nods. Some junior officers can take care of the rest. Smart choice. The mustached man agrees. It's only that one spot you need armored too. The one the bullet hits. Good luck if you go for the boots, though. You'll have an easier time wrestling the spurs off the boyadoro and then getting them off him. Thank you for your cooperation. No problem. He finally takes a swig from the flask. If you see that kid, thank him from call me manana. Thank him for showing me the way. I need to get past the gates and speak to your boss. Oh, good, good. What matters do you want to discuss with Everett? But do you know the way? No, we're not doing that, Satara. We're not doing that right now. You might have information about a killing that took place behind the hostel. Everett's got a lot of knowledge about a lot of things, eh? Don't often do it out, though. But sure, why not? Does this mean you can let me through the gate? I don't operate in that capacity. I'm not the granter of passage. He takes a swig and points to the stairs with his flask. The passage grants itself. I like Call Me Mañana. If it's so simple, why did the scab leader warn you that warn you of the guards blocking the way? That's simple. I just walk in. Aye. Walk right past Measurehead and go in. Past Measurehead. Yeah, the 2.5 meter tall Seminese supremacist there. He points to the bridge above the gates. Walk right past him. Then press the button to unlock the doors. Aha. Then go past him again. Okay. And you enter the harbor through the office. Esta. So you're saying it's actually quite difficult. Don't worry. I'm sure it's not completely impossible. For example, you could best Measurehead in a physical confrontation. That's not going to happen. Or you could convert it to his Seminese supremacist worldview. Or, he strokes his mustache. Maybe it actually is completely impossible. Has any of the scabs tried converting to his worldview? Jean-Luc himself would say this philosophy has proven overly heroic for the scabs to convert to. Not enough intuition. Has anyone here ever bested him in physical confrontation? Not yet, no. He fixes his eyes on you, evaluating your prowess. He's incredibly strong. Got it. Okay, what is this strike about anyway? You know, serious business. He smiles. I'm sure the big boss would be glad to tell you. You'll have to ask him first. Feels like he's hinting at something, but you're too hungover or dumb to understand it right now. Press button behind the car. Blocked by electronics means. There's no lock picking or door kicking this one. He's got a lot of ladies. Okay, so it's 9:55. I think we will confront Measurehead next time. For now, I'm going to go ahead and save the game. And say good night to everyone. So thank you to all of my continued supporters: 10 Ace Games, Alpha MGZO, Desalona, Fairtanian, Grias, Is the D, Gremlin Cat, NBFF, Real as the Dev, Slime Hunter, Sora Dominique, Zebrin, Squad Car Expo, and actually April is the best is on here too, isn't it? Jesus, guys. Anyway, let's go ahead and wrap up here. If you want to find any of my normal stuff, you can find my Discord or Patreon or the World Anvil or the World Anvil storyline will be actually coming into one of the events coming up soon. So be sure to catch up on that if you haven't. And we will be seeing some progression in it, hopefully by the end of Moonrise, which will be happening in October. Anyway, I'm going to see you guys all later. Have a good night, and let me find someone to raid. Who's online right now? Oh, we can raid Drashatru. He's doing Divinity Original Sin 2. He's doing a blind run too. Alright, so until next time. Have a safe trip through the dark forest. See you guys all later.